his question. He put $50 after all into the question, so he deserves an early response. What is your general sentiment on the UK politics these days relative to US and EU, especially with major change that was Brexit? I mean, I commented about Brexit at the time, and I've commented a few times since. My sentiment about Brexit has not changed. Brexit is fantastic if the UK does the right thing. That is, if the UK shrugs off European regulations, establishes more of a free market in the UK, gets rid of the requirement to negotiate trade deals through the EU and negotiates free trade deals directly. Ideally, I mean, if I were in charge of the UK government, don't worry, nobody's going to let me get anywhere close to being in charge of the UK government. I would lower tariffs unilaterally, just unilaterally to zero. Imagine what would happen. Imagine what would happen if the UK became what it was. 100 and, after the Corn Laws of 1860 something, a free trade island. Imagine if they just made the island free trade. We have no tariffs. You can sell anything here. I mean, it would be a true revolution, and the UK would become much richer, much faster. Economic growth in the UK would accelerate in spite of all the fears and the panic and so on that I'm sure politicians would be gripped by. So it's what they do with Brexit. Are you going to move the UK towards greater freedom? And so far the record is mixed because, look, the EU has a lot of problems. The EU was terrible in the sense that, the EU is very leftist. The EU is very pro-regulations, oppressive regulations, big regulations, massive regulations, controlling, devastating. But the record so far for the UK is I'd say, overall negative. Boris Johnson's government has embraced the idea of regulating big tech following the EU. Indeed, the UK regulatory bodies have said they are going to be just as aggressive. They're going to be more aggressive. They're going to compete with the EU on who can be more aggressive to regulate big tech. They're going to be super regulators. So this is a conservative government. This is the conservatives. This is the free market guys. And they want to be more aggressive about breaking up monopolies and regulating more aggressive than the European Union regulators. So what did you gain by that? And then, of course, maybe the most disappointing thing is that the United Kingdom is committed to being more aggressive than Europe in achieving climate change goals, in going carbon neutral, whatever the hell that means, in massively investing in solar and wind. Now, I don't know how many of you guys who are not listening from the UK know anything about UK weather. But I can tell you, it's right now in the rest of the world, in the rest of the Northern Hemisphere, it's August. August typically means summer. Summer typically means warmth. Warmth typically means sunshine. God, since I've been here in the UK 3 days, and I'm told the whole summer's been like this. I wouldn't even call it summer. This, whatever season it happens to be. It's been cloudy. It's been rainy. It's been, from where I come from, cold. It's been in the 50s and 60s. It eked into the 70s during the day yesterday. Once in a while, you get a glimpse of the sun. It's rainy, cold, miserable, gray. They never got the memo about summer. I don't think they know what summer is. I mean, I've been to the UK in the summer where it's been sunny and it's been warm and I've often had good weather in the UK, not now. So I don't know, this global warming stuff is skipping over the UK and actually making maybe the UK colder. Maybe it's making the UK grayer. Maybe it's making, I don't know. But climate change is definitely happening. The UK has abolished summer. But don't worry, because in spite of the fact that they never see the sun, in spite of the fact that there's no sunshine, they will be heavily investing in solar energy. It's depressing. This is the conservative government committing to going electric, going solar, going alternative. There's a little bit more appetite in the UK than in the United States for nuclear power, so maybe they'll do that. We'll see. But so far, Boris Johnson's government has locked down the UK. Finally, they opened everything up when it was July 19th, Freedom Day. So that was good. It took them a while to open up to foreign travelers. That happened in August 2nd to US. So far, this conservative government, in a Brexit world where they could basically do what they want, free of European thumbs up, free of European control, free of European parliament and European socialism, have been really, really, really bad. I mean, yeah, better than Corbyn, better than the Labour Party, but really, really, really bad. And, this is the same thing as in the US. The left and the right are basically all left. The left and the right on economics, certainly, on economic freedom, are all left of center. There is no free market political party. There is no appetite for free trade. There is no appetite for reducing regulations or reducing the role of government in the economy. It's depressing. So, would you, are they better off than if they were part of Europe? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Because at least with Europe, you had free trade with Europe. And I'm big on free trade. I mean, free trade, one of the most important economic issues there are, right? Free trade goes a long way, even if you screw up your regulations or your taxes.
And to begin with, I wonder if I can ask you to capsulize. I know this is difficult. Can I ask you to capsulize your philosophy? What is Randism?
First of all, I do not call it Randism, and I don't like that name. I call it objectivism.
All right.
Meaning a philosophy based on objective reality. Now let me explain it as briefly as I can. First, my philosophy is based on the concept that reality exists as an objective absolute. That man's mind, reason, is his means of perceiving it. And that man needs a rational morality. I am primarily the creator of a new code of morality which has so far been believed impossible, namely a morality not based on faith. Not on faith, not on arbitrary whim, not on emotion, not on arbitrary edict, mystical or social, but on reason, a morality which can be proved by means of logic, which can be demonstrated to be true and necessary.
All right. All right.
Now, may I define what my morality is?
All right.
Because this is merely an introduction. My morality is based on man's life as a standard of value. And since man's mind is his basic means of survival, I hold that if man wants to live on Earth and to live as a human being, he has to hold reason as an absolute, by which I mean that he has to hold reason as his only guide to action, and that he must live by the independent judgment of his own mind, that his highest moral purpose is the achievement of his own happiness, and that he must not force other people, nor accept their right to force him, that each man must live as an end in himself and follow his own rational self-interest.
All right, before we go on, reminder, please like the show. We've got 163 live listeners right now, 30 likes. That should be at least 100. I figure at least 100 of you actually like the show. Maybe there are like 60 of the Matthews out there who hate it. But at least the people who are liking it, I want to see a thumbs up. There you go. Start liking it. I want to see that go to 100. All it takes is a click of a thing, whether you're looking at this. And the likes matter. It's not an issue of my ego. It's an issue of the algorithm. The more you like something, the more the algorithm likes it. So, and if you don't like the show, give it a thumbs down. Let's see your actual views being reflected in the likes. But if you like it, don't just sit there help get the show promoted. Of course, you should also share, and you can support the show at JeronBrooksShow.com/support, or on Patreon or Subscribestar or Locals, and show your support for the work, for the value hopefully you're receiving from this. And of course, don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, even if you just come here to troll, or even if you're here like Matthew to defend Marx, then you should subscribe, because that way you'll know when to show up. You'll know what shows are on, when they're on. You'll get notified, right? So, yes, like, share, subscribe, support. Like, share, subscribe, support. There you go. Easy. Do one or all of those, please.